I never believed in Jennies. They were fairy tales, right? Just stories to sell old books. That's what I thought, right up until the night I found the lamp. It was buried under the floorboards of my grandfather's old house. The place was set to be demolished the next morning, and I volunteered to help clear it out. Mostly because I had nowhere else to be. No job, no real future, and no one waiting for me. My foot hit something hard and metallic under a loose board. I figured it was just an old pipe. But when I pulled it out, dust and cobwebs fell away to reveal a small, golden lamp. It felt smooth, warm, and was weirdly untouched by time. I don't know why I did it, but I rubbed it. The air in the room instantly got thick. The lights flickered, and then the room filled with smoke, this deep blue and violet cloud. Swirling like an indoor storm, a figure emerged. He was tall, broad, and looked ancient. His eyes glowed softly, not with anger, but with a deep, cosmic exhaustion. "I am the keeper of wishes," the genie said, and his voice echoed inside my head. "You may ask for one." I laughed out loud. It was just too absurd. But then the genie smiled. A knowing, tired smile, and that's when I stopped laughing. "There are rules," he continued. "No second wishes, no undoing the past, and no wish is free." Every sensible part of me screamed to walk away. But instead, I thought about my life. The crushing debt, the empty fridge, the way people seemed to look right through me, like I was invisible. "I want to be rich," I said, my voice barely a whisper. "Rich forever." The genie studied me for a long, silent moment. "Are you certain?" he asked. "Yes," I said, with more confidence than I'd felt in years. He nodded slowly. "As you wish." Just like that, the smoke vanished. The room went silent. The lamp in my hands felt cold and ordinary again. For a second, I thought it was all in my head. Then my phone buzzed, and buzzed again, and again. Bank notifications, emails, alerts from apps I barely used. I shakily opened my banking app. The balance refreshed. Then it refreshed again. The number just kept climbing, faster than I could read. Millions. Then billions. It was a number so big it didn't even seem real. I dropped the phone. I laughed, then I cried, then I screamed into the empty house. It actually worked. The next morning, I walked into a bank wearing my same old worn-out clothes. By the afternoon, I owned half the building. Within a few weeks, my face was on the cover of business magazines. My name was being whispered in boardrooms across the world. I had everything I ever dreamed of. But something was terribly wrong. It started small. The receptionist at my new office would smile politely every single time I introduced myself. "I'm sorry," she'd say, looking confused. "And you are?" My personal assistant had to ask me to spell my name every single day. At first, I thought it was some elaborate, unfunny joke. Then I went to visit my mom. She opened the door, looked straight at me without a flicker of recognition, and asked if I was lost. I tried to explain who I was. I showed her old photos of us, my ID, my bank records. She just shook her head, a frightened look in her eyes. "I don't know who you are," she whispered. "Please leave my house." Friends didn't return my calls. When I looked at childhood photos, there were just empty spaces where I should have been. Even looking in the mirror felt strange. I could see my reflection, but it felt hollow. I felt less real with each passing day. Desperate, I searched for the lamp. That night, it reappeared on my desk, polished and waiting. My hands were shaking as I rubbed it. The genie returned, as calm and ancient as before. "You didn't warn me," I choked out. "You erased me." The genie's eyes seemed to soften with a hint of pity. "I warned you," he replied, his voice calm. "No wish is free." "What did you take?" I demanded. "What was the price?" He gestured around the vast, empty penthouse, toward the glittering city skyline beyond the floor-to-ceiling windows. "You wish to be rich forever," he said. "So I removed the one thing that could ever take it from you." I stared at him, my mind struggling to connect the dots. "People," I whispered. "Legacy," he corrected. "Memory. Love. Loss. The connections that make a person real in the world. You are a ghost with a bank account." I collapsed to my knees on the marble floor. "Take it back," I begged. "Please, take it all back." The genie shook his head, the ancient sadness returning to his eyes. "No second wishes." Before he vanished into a swirl of smoke, he left me with one final sentence. "You will be remembered by money and nothing else." So now I sit here, alone, in a penthouse overlooking a city where not a single soul knows my name. I can buy anything in this world. I can buy companies, islands, politicians. But I can't buy a single memory. I can't buy a friend to have a coffee with, or a mother who recognizes her own son. So if you ever find a lamp, if you're ever offered a wish, be careful. Be so careful what you wish for, because the genie always listens. And the price is always higher than you can imagine. Thanks for listening. If this story made you think, maybe hit that subscribe button. It would mean a lot.